all about remembering a list without writing anything down. Would that be useful? Would that be useful to know some strategies of how to remember a list, forwards, backwards, in between, nothing in particular order, 10 things that you can remember instantly when you need to remember them. That's what we're doing in this session. So, to do this, there's a couple of rules. And the rules are, think with an open mind, okay? Think with an open mind. Play. You've got to play with this one, and you've got to invest some of the time to set it up. And once it's set up, I promise you, you'll use this every day. I've been using this technique for at least 30 years. And I know I don't look that old, but for at least 30 years when I learned it, to remember shopping lists, to remember to-do lists, just to remember things I need to pack. Lots of different uses for this technique. So what the technique uses is what we call pegs. Now, if you imagine when you get your coat and you take your coat off and you hang it on a peg, that's what we're going to be doing with your amazing mind. We're going to be hanging things on to a peg, and we're going to be using our senses. We're going to be using our eyes, our ears, our nose, our taste, our mouth, and our fingers, our feeling, our movement, all the senses. And the more you can add all the senses to the technique, the better. Okay? That's what links our memory. Now, I've talked about this before, where if we add emotion to things and we add movement to things, we tend to store that memory, and we tend to store it for a long period of time. So let's get to the technique. So the technique uses a list to start off with, 10. You can do more, and if you want to link to me and DM me, I can explain how you do more, but stay with it, folks. So this is the 10 things that you need to link to start this process. Are you ready? Now listen very carefully. Number 1 is bun. Number 2 is shoe. Number 3 is tree. Number 4 is door. Number 5 is hive. I'm going to say them again. Number 1, bun, B-U-N. 2, shoe. 3, tree. 4, door. 5, hive. Now you're thinking about this, they're all rhyming, aren't they? So what's the next? 6 is sticks. Sticks. 7 is heaven. 8 is gate. 9 is wine. Wine. And 10, bark, bark, is hen. Okay? Stay with me. 1, bun. 2, shoe. 3, tree. 4, door. 5, hive. 6, sticks. 7, heaven. 8, gate. 9, wine. And number 10, bark, bark, hen. Now, for each of those numbers, you need to form a picture in your head. Now, people say to me, "Oh, Steve, I can't visualize." Everyone visualizes. Everybody visualizes. You have got to stick those 10 things into your head. And once you do that, you will be able to remember a shopping list from back to front, front to back, and ones in the middle. Now you're thinking, no, Steve, why would I go to Tesco's or Walmart or wherever you shop and say, I'll buy some sticks? No, you're not going to do that. Remember what I said. This is about creating pegs. And those 10 things I've just talked about are your pegs, okay? They are your pegs. And I've just posted them into the chat. So there you can see them there. Now we won't normally do that because obviously we're trying to remember without a list, but I'll put that in for reference. So if you look in the chat, you'll see I've put those words in there. 1 bun, 2 shoe, 3 tree, 4 door, 5 hive, 6 sticks, 7 heaven, 8 gate, 9 wine, and bark, bark, 10 hen. Now, I'm not reading them. They're stuck in my head. So this is what I want you to do with me, folks. This is the bit we have to invest our time. We're now going to start creating visuals in our head for those words. So number 1, bun. I want you to imagine the biggest, stickiest bun that you've ever seen in your life. It could be a donut. It could be something with chocolate on top. It could be something with sprinkles. It could be squidgy. It could have jam inside. It could have pink icing. It could be an ice bun. When I was a kid, I used to have ice buns in school, which were like a white dough and then lots of white sugary horribly goodness on top of it. So that's a bun, a big sticky bun. Make it big, make it loud, make it squish, make it smell. Can you smell that sticky bun there? It could be a donut, as I said. So it could be a cartoon donut. It could be something like in The Simpsons where there's a big cartoon donut. That's number 1 is bun. Store that in your noggin. Get that stuck in now. Number 1 is bun. Keep with me. Number 2 is shoe. Now, when I think of shoes, I think of the big Elton John boots. Those big Elton John boots. For number 2, shoe. You know, the laces are yellow. The boot is red. The leather at the bottom, big Dr. Martens, and I see that as shoe. Okay? That's number 2. Number 3 is tree. For that, I have in my head a big oak tree. Big, strong trunk, big green foliage on the top in a field. Like a cartoon one I have in my head, but that's up to you. What's a tree? It could be, but be careful on this, Christmas tree. So the shape of a Christmas tree. It might be a tree that you have in your garden. Okay? Number 4. I have in my head for number 4 a big red door with a white surround and a knocker, a gold knocker. And I can hear it knocking. Can you hear it knocking? I hear that knocking on the big red door. Number 5 is hive. Now for me, I have a picture of a beehive with bees bzz, buzzing around. Bzz, I can feel them buzzing around and I can feel the movement in their wings and I can hear what they're buzzing around and maybe they might sting me, I don't know. Now can you see what I've done here, folks? For those 1 to 5, I've put a very visual image in my head, right? You should be doing that now with me. Come on, stay with me on this one. 1 bun, big massive sticky donut. Number 2, shoe, Elton John's big boots. Number 3, tree, oak tree, big oak tree, greenage on the top. Number 4 is a door. It's that red door with the gold knocker on. That's correct. And number 5 is hive, right? Hive, bzz, bees. Number 6, what I have in my head for sticks for number 6, see, I don't even remember the number. Sticks is like sticks that you're going to light a fire with. That's what I have in my head, like a campfire. Other people have, boom, drumsticks. What sticks have you got in your head now? Boom, drumsticks. Can you see the way I'm adding sound? Number 7 for heaven. Now, please excuse me if you have a religious belief or you don't, don't have an image of heaven. You need to create an image of heaven in your head. Now, that can be anything. Now, for me, I have a very sort of cartoony picture of an old cartoon guy on a cloud, leaning on a cloud, looking down at earth. That's what I have. Now, what I want to say is when you do this exercise, these visual images are yours and nobody else's, okay? They're yours and nobody else's, right? So you decide what heaven looks like for you in your amazing mind, your amazing memory. Number 8 is gate. Now I have the picture of an old-fashioned gate and I hear the noise of a gate, a countryside gate in my head, on one of those beautiful old stone walls, wooden gate there. I have that. Number 9 is dead easy. Number 9, I have a bottle of red wine and I hear myself taking the cork out. Okay, I have that sound and I have that image, wine. And lastly is number 10, I always do the to remind me it's just a chicken. It's a chicken, it's a cartoon chicken, it could be one of those rubber chickens, but you've got to create. No, it's not a chicken, is it? It's a hen. Sorry about that. It doesn't matter for me when I know that I see this picture and I have the I know it's a hen, right? So you have your image of hen in your head. Right, wow. Now, you're thinking, what's that got to do with shopping list? Well, I've got my shopping list here. Here's my shopping list. And all I now need to do, see, it's real. All I need to do is link in the best, funniest and silliest way, using all my senses, those things to the shopping list. All right? So the shopping list has beans, bananas, dishwashers, red wine, green pepper, tofu, shreddies, vitamin C, tuna and polish. I just made that up. That's my shopping list, my 10 shopping list. And I am going to peg these things onto my 10 list. This is what I would do. Number 1 is beans. So in my head, number 1 is bun, right? Beans. So I've got in my head pouring beans all over my big donut and it going all greasy and horrible and disgusting. Ugh. No one would want to eat that, but you'd want to remember it, wouldn't you? All these beans dripping down on my bun. Number 2 on my shopping list, I've not looked at it. Number 2 is banana. Banana. So in my head, I've got number 2 is shoe, and I've got bananas coming out at the top of the shoes, like really sticking out and being really silly and squidgy on top. Number 3 is tree. Okay, number 3, and on my list is dishwashing tablets. So not dishwashing tablets. So I've got an image now of me by this big oak tree, and it looks like it's snowing. It looks like it's snowing, but I can taste salt. And it's not, it's dishwasher salt. Number 4 is door. Remember the big red door with the red knocker? And number 4 on my list is red wine. Now you have to watch this because red wine and red are boring, okay? Boring. Boring. You don't just match it because of the colour, you won't remember it. So I've got the image now in my head of me going up to a door with red wine and smashing it on the door. You know, like the Queen launches a boat. I open this boat, I open this door, that's me with my red wine and going, why am I smashing red wine? That's stupid. Anyway, number 5 on my dish is green bell pepper. Hive is number 5. So green bell pepper, how can I do that? I could just have bees on a pepper. No, it's not very, doesn't link very well for me, that. How about me going into Sainsbury's, Tesco's, Walmart, or wherever the farmer's market where you buy your green peppers, and you pick a green pepper, and all of a sudden a swarm of bees come over you to fight you and the Queen comes out to fight you for the bell pepper. Give me that bell pepper. I want to make a salad. Oh, I want to make a honey omelette, or whatever bees do with omelettes and peppers. But it's in my head that pepper is there. You might have you biting into a pepper and a bee coming out. Ugh. Okay. Number 6 on my list is tofu, and that sticks. So tofu, as what I've got to remember, number 6 is sticks. So number 6, I am now imagining a fire with tofu on it, and me like marshmallows, toasting the tofu. There we go, toasting the tofu with marshmallows. Number 7 is heaven, as we know, and I've got shreddies. Now shreddies, if you don't know, are a type of breakfast cereal, and they're like a lattice sort of like wheaty fibery thing. And for me, there's an advert on TV, a commercial on TV, where some old ladies, lovely old ladies, are knitting shreddies. Well, I've now got the image of God on his, or my image of heaven, and God on, on his flat with these ladies knitting shreddies. Number 8 is gate, and on my list is vitamin C. That's interesting, vitamin C. That's a hard one actually, because you got to try and remember get the vitamin with the C on. Okay, so I've got on my gate now, in my mind, lines of vitamin C tablets, and me trying to make like a pyramid on top of the gate. I told you this was silly, and then someone pushes the gate and they all fall down, and there's a big sea of tablets everywhere, like a gushing sea, as in the River Sea. I know it doesn't start with S, and I know a sea is not a river. It doesn't matter, it's in my head, okay? Number 9 is wine, and I've got to remember tuna for number 9. So number 9 for wine, okay? So tuna. Okay, I can in my head imagine tuna fish all having a bit of a party, having a bit of a jig and a bit of a dance, and they're all on the little bit of the red wine and the little bit of the, the little bit of getting a bit of confidence with their red wine and dancing away under the sea. Silly image, folks, I know. Silly, but it works. And lastly, number 10 is hen, and on my list is polish. Right, polish. So a hen polishing their hatch or where they live and polishing their eggs. That would be great, wouldn't it? A hen polishing their eggs and making them into golden eggs with polish. Right. Now, I told you that takes a bit of work, but when you get good at this and when you practice it and you repetition, keep repeating it, that's what sticks in our memory, you will be able to do this. Right. So this is what I'm doing. Here's my list. Okay, I've got my list. It's there. It's gone. The list has gone. Are you ready? I'm going to try and remember them back to you. Number 1 was bun. That was beans, wasn't it? It was. Beans on the bun. Number 2, dead easy, bananas. Remember the chews with the bananas. Number 3 was tree. Do you remember what the tree was? Yes, snow. Tasting it, dishwasher salt. Number 4, red wine. See what happened then? Didn't even have to think a door. Just come to me smashing red wine. Hive is number 5, which of course was green bell peppers. Yeah, green bell peppers. I promise you folks, this I haven't done this. I haven't made this up. I'm doing it live. 6 is sticks. What was sticks? Campfire, tofu. 7 is heaven. That's God with his shreddies. 8 is gate. That silly one. Vitamin, what? C. That's right. 9 is wine. Under the sea. Party with tuna. And number 10 is hen. Hen, polishing that egg, polish. There you go. Shopping list remembered. Now, if I just repeat that a few times in my head, I will remember that. And you can go backwards. Okay, number 10, polish. Number 9, wine, tuna. Number 8, gate, vitamin C. Number 7, heaven, shreddies. Number 6, sticks, tofu. Number 5, hive, green bell pepper. Number 4, red door, wine. Number 3, tree, dishwasher salt. Number 2, shoe, bananas. And number 1 was a big bun covered in bees. How does that sound? Does that sound a good way to remember 10 items using your memory, using the 1 to 10 pegging system? And the more you practice, the more you will remember. The more you practice, the more this will work and the more you will remember. Pick a number. Number 6, sticks, tofu. Number 2, shoe, bananas. Number 8, gate, vitamin C. Number 10, hen, is polish. Number 3, tree, salt. Number 4, which is door, wine. Number 1, beans. Number 6, tofu. Number 8. I'm just showing off, aren't I? I'm just showing off. But you can see how I use this and have used this. And I use it from a shopping list. And you will find your amazing, brilliant and magical, wonderful brain, once you've gone and shopped and bought these things, that list will disappear and you'll be able to start again. Honestly, it just wipes it clean because your brain, there's a whole system in your brain and we haven't got time to go into why that works. But it's why waiters, for example, when they come and serve your food, and they can remember your food, and the moment it is served and they've walked away from the table, they forget what they've served you. There's a psychological reason for that, but we're not going into that now. It's almost like your brain wipes it clean, wipes the slate clean. So don't forget, this is how you use the memory technique that we've talked about today, which is the 1 to 10 list. You need to have fun. You need to have an open mind. You need to use all your senses, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your touching, your feeling, all those senses we learnt about school. You need to make it silly. You need to make the images your images and get them to stick in your amazing brain. And then what you do is you come up with your list, the 1 to 10 list, and you've got an image, a peg for all of those: bun, shoe, tree, door, hive, sticks, heaven, gate, wine and hen, and you've got them stored in, and all you do is you start to peg things onto the list. And you don't have to do what I've done where you write it down. You can do those and just add them as you go along. You can do it up to 20 and up to 30 if you have other images in your head, and I've got those. And if you're interested in extending that, give me a shout and I'll send you the details.